I'm live. I'm live, but I'm not doing it through stream. You're not on there, Salman. You might as well sign. You might as well log off, and we'll do it tomorrow. We'll try getting it sorted for tomorrow. All right, guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Unfortunately, it wasn't working. I tried to do it, so I just thought I'll go live anyway and do my little chat with you guys. But yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't working. And I just thought, forget it. I'll just do it with you guys, and I'll sort that all out tomorrow. What's going on? Yeah, technical problems, bro. Technical problems. Yo, bro, I was on it. It was just loading on the other. Yeah, it's technical issues, my friend. Technical issues. I don't know what it is. It was receiving no data. I'm gonna have to get it sorted out. But yeah, I'm good. How are you? I'm good, Icky. How are you? Yeah, I'll try to get those technical issues sorted, and hopefully we'll be able to do more off the joys of live TV, bro. The joys of live. Yeah, it's you know what it was? It's tough because it's hard with all the software and stuff, and one little thing goes wrong, and that's it. All messes up. I'm good, Adam. How are you? It just wasn't letting me connect. There was no data. It wasn't picking up any data whatsoever. So yeah. So I just thought, all right, just leave it. I'll just go live like this today. That's fine. And it's definitely Mikey. I don't see Pac beating Crawford or Spence. He needs to be younger for them. But Mikey has enough to beat with his. But Mikey, he has enough to beat with his speed and footwork. Yeah, I agree. I think he'll beat Mikey Garcia personally, and I think Crawford and Spence might be a step too far at this stage. But you can never count out Manny Pacquiao, right? You know, Manny Pacquiao's a beast. You can't count him out for sure. But at this stage in his career, you have to say that he would be the underdog in those fights. He would be the underdog against Spence and Crawford, but Mikey, you know, a lot of people don't want to see the Mikey fight. They don't think Mikey Garcia poses Manny Pacquiao any threat, and they think that, you know, they think that Manny Pacquiao would beat him easy. So a lot of people are not really interested in that fight, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't mind it. I don't mind it, to be honest. I definitely don't mind it. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a very good fight, by the way. Okay, what's questions? Pac v Mayweather 2. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. The first one didn't deliver, so the second one hopefully can, but I don't think they're gonna fight. I think Amir Khan is a fair fight. Yeah, I don't think that fight's gonna happen, to be honest. Rematch with Thurman. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight. Thurman's been talking a lot crazy lately. He's been talking crazy, but you know, I don't think Thurman's unlikely as well. I don't see him fighting Thurman. Mikey should fight Danny Garcia or Keith. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing those fights. I wouldn't mind seeing Mikey or Keith. Mikey fight Danny or Keith. I think they're good fights, definitely. Hi, bro. I hear you and see you loud, clear here in Aussie Kangaroo Land. I hope you're well, Romy. I hope you're well. It's good that you're hearing me loud and clear. I was trying to get a guest on, but you know, just too many technical glitches and issues. The software was messing up. I don't know whether it was an internet connection or something just went wrong from a technical standpoint, but hopefully I can sort that. You think Mikey is better pay-per-view fight than Spence and Crawford? I mean, Filipino v Mexican always sells, especially with the Filipino name. Mikey arguably sold most of the Spence fight. Yeah. Yeah, it would be a big fight. That's what I mean. It would pay well, but it's not a fight that people are very interested in, to be honest. A lot of people don't really are looking at that fight and thinking, are you really interested in a Mikey Garcia v Manny Pacquiao fight? I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm not that interested in it, to be fair. But I think we'd watch it. would watch it, but I don't think I'm that interested, to be fair. I'm not that interested in a Mikey Garcia Manny Pacquiao fight, to be perfectly honest with you. What about Tank facing 7 years in prison? Yeah, that's messed up, ain't it? That's messed up. Like, hopefully Tank doesn't end up like the next Adrian Broner. Hopefully he can get himself together because, you know, he's a good fighter. He's promoted by Floyd Mayweather. Hopefully he can get himself together and get himself sorted out because, you know, that wasn't great hearing him, you know, having potentially facing 7 years in prison, man. That's messed up. That's seriously messed up. So hopefully he can get his stuff together because that's not good, man. That's not good hearing a young guy with that much talent potentially going to prison. Khan v Manny, yeah, that's a good fight, but that's not going to happen. If that was going to happen, that would have happened years ago. That would have happened years ago. Guys, sorry if my voice ain't that great. I'm not feeling too well. I had a COVID test today. Not feeling too good. So if my voice is not great, I'm sorry about that if it's not clear. Pacquiao could maybe fight Ugas. Yeah, Pacquiao could fight Ugas, but again, why would Pacquiao want to fight Ugas? What does that fight do for Pacquiao? Don't do anything. Pacquiao don't do anything for Ugas. I mean, Ugas ain't a fight for me. I don't want to see that fight. Like, you know, it doesn't get me interested. You know, Ugas is a good fighter, don't get me wrong, and I thought he beat Sean Porter. But to be honest, who really wants to see Pacquiao Ugas? Pacquiao's got a few more fights left. You know, those few fights have to be like, for me, you know, I want him to go out with a bang. But again, I want him to be in big fights where it's not dangerous for him either. So hopefully they can get somebody that's obviously a good fight that will, you know, be a hype. The hype will be big. But at the same time, you know, it's not a fight which may be too far for Manny Pacquiao. I don't listen. I think Spence and Crawford. I think Crawford's a good fight, but Crawford would be favored against Pacquiao at this stage in his career. Pac v Maidana, and that's not going to happen, brother. We know that. Pac v Crawford, the one. Yeah, I agree. Pac v Crawford is the one, Danny. That would be a great fight. I hear you. The thing is, it's Pacquiao, and we don't know when his last fight will be. I don't think he's got long left. I think he's now slowly becoming a politician, and I think once you start becoming a politician, I think your days are in boxing are slowly edging out. He's edging out, really. He's just I think he's got a couple more, maybe one or two more, two max, one at least, and I think two is the max, and then after that we won't see him again. I don't think. Khan doesn't deserve to be with Manny. Guy is an absolute joke. I won't say he's an absolute joke, but I don't think the fight's going to happen with him now, to be honest. If that fight should have happened like 5 years ago, that would have made a lot of sense. True, I was more saying getting his belt back. Yeah, he could get his belt back, but is it a big fight? Would Pacquiao be interested in fighting Ugas? Think about it from a financial point of view. It doesn't really make sense, does it, for Manny financially? Financially, that fight don't really make a lot of sense, if we're honest. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for him, so that's why I don't think the fight is going to happen. David Fulton. 100% topic. Virgil Ortiz or Brook is best matchup for Pacquiao. Nah. Again, I don't think those fights make any sense either. I don't think those are big fights. Like Kell Brook v Manny Pacquiao. That's not a big fight, really, is it? And neither is Virgil Ortiz. You know, he's an up-and-coming guy. Pacquiao needs someone big where he's going to make a lot of money. Like, that's why McGregor, he wanted to fight McGregor because he knows that's going to generate him a lot of money. Yeah, that's going to generate him good money. Brook, Ortiz fight, these don't do anything for him. He's running for president next year, so this year could be his last. So whoever he fights will still sell well because people will miss him. Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. If it is his last fight, people may want to see him fight because they know it could be the end of Manny Pacquiao. So yeah, I agree with that. For sure. Yeah, that's probably the case. You're probably right. You got a point. But yeah, Pacquiao Crawford, I'm more hoping. Yeah, that would be a great fight. Pacquiao Crawford would be a very good fight, to be honest with you. That would be a fight that I would like to see. That definitely would be a fight I would like to see, for sure. 100%. 100%. I would love to see that. Love to see that. But again, I don't think that's going to happen for some reason. I just don't think that's going to happen. And it's sad. It's sad because I think Pacquiao Crawford would have been a very big fight. I think it would have been a fight which a lot of people would have been excited about. But unfortunately, politics get in the way. AJ Naz at heavyweight. Yeah, possibly Naz has put on a lot of timber, hasn't he? So yeah, that possibly could happen. And Animi Flex. He's running for president next year, so this year could be the last. So whoever, okay, yeah, Pacquiao v Crawford. I'm hoping. Romy, in the ring, Crawford Pac is a good fight, but money wise, Mikey will make more money. Yeah, Mikey will make more money. He's a bigger. He's a big name. He's got a huge Mexican following as well. And he's quite a big star, Mikey Garcia. So yeah, I agree. I do think that would make a lot of sense. I think that would make some good money as well. Yeah. Crawford needs the exposure v Pacquiao as it puts himself in a better position and try maybe pressure Spence. Crawford needs it. So yeah, he does need the exposure. You're right, but I'm not liking what I'm hearing from Crawford. I'm not liking what I'm hearing from Crawford about the Spence fight. I think he's really frustrated. I think he's really angry that it's just not coming. It's not coming. The fights are just not coming for him, and he's getting frustrated. For me, he's definitely frustrated, and I think he's saying a lot of silly things right now as well, like what he said with Canelo, and then what he's recently said with Spence, that even if it's 50-50, I might not take the fight. So he's just frustrated right now. He's just angry that things aren't going and working out for him. And it's getting him to say a lot of silly things, which obviously he needs to, for me, he needs to like stay away from the cameras for a bit, because he seems angry right now. He seemed angry right now for me. I remember when Crawford beat Ricky Burns, everyone, when he beat Ricky Burns, they thought Burns had been beat by a bum. Yeah, Crawford's no bum. He's a quality fighter. Maybe at the time because he was unknown, nobody knew him, but no, he got beat by a legit guy. Why not we pick Errol Spence in Pacquiao before Bud? Because I just think a lot of people think that Errol Spence is a huge welterweight, so they would prefer to see a smaller guy in Crawford. Maybe they think Spence is a bit more dangerous at this stage for Manny. Errol Spence is too inactive. Yeah, he is very inactive. He hardly fights. He fights like once every year, When does Errol Spence? He hardly fights. Hardly fights. So Cal77, yes, UK, yeah. Errol Spence very rarely fights. He hardly fights. It's frustrating to see these guys back. You look at Canelo, could be fighting 5 times from December to December. That's what I want to see. I want to see guys fighting regular, but these guys don't fight regular. Adam, maybe Crawford is trying to build himself as a villain. Very unlikely, but it's just a theory, possibly. But I don't think it's a good. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea at all, because actually, right now he's peeing a lot of people off, and they're not happy with him. So I don't think it's working for him personally. I think he needs to. You can't go from being a good guy to then being a villain. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I don't think it's going to work for him if that's what he's trying to do. And I think he's rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way, if I'm honest with you. A lot of people are quite angry right now with Crawford, with some of the comments that they've made, like some of the reactions I've got on my video that I made. People aren't happy with him. They're quite angry. They think that there's no need for him to make those comments, and there isn't really. Let's be honest. There's no need for him to make those kind of comments. I think it's disrespectful to Canelo, who's one of the biggest stars in the sport, and you're making silly comments like that. Really, it's uncalled for. It's uncalled for, really. He doesn't need to make comments like that. Rez, how's it going, Rez? I do feel Amir Khan was trained when he was young in terms of not being taught defensively sound, no head movement, staying in the pocket too long, etc. I know his attack overwhelmed everybody. Yeah. He did well, man. He did well. He had weaknesses, of course, but he did well for the skill set he had. He did very well. He achieved a lot. So you got to give credit where it's due. Maybe Crawford is trying to build himself as a villain. I don't know what Crawford is trying to do. Crawford is right now, he's rubbing up a lot of people the wrong way. David Fulton, it was at the time I meant, yes. Sorry, what did you say? I remember. Yeah, at the time, yeah. At the time, nobody really knew who Crawford was. So yeah, I agree. But coaches should have realized he needs to improve defensively. Otherwise, he probs would have got knocked out less. Yeah. Yeah. But think about it. Manny Pacquiao got knocked out quite a few times. Think about a lot of the top fighters. Many fighters have been knocked out, top fighters, a couple of times. So, it can happen, man. It can happen. Canelo pound for pound king. Yep, I agree. Crawford ducking Spence. I think they're both ducking each other, man, to be honest. If two guys want to fight each other really badly, then the fight happens, man. I just don't think there's that ambition from either side. I'm actually going to put up a video probably tomorrow morning about how the fact that I think they both want to fight Manny Pacquiao more than they want to fight each other. And that's what's wrong about boxing today. That we've got two guys in their prime that probably want to fight each other a lot more than they want to fight. They want to fight, they want to fight each other. So they want to fight a 43-year-old who's past his best rather than fighting each other. And that's the fight the whole of boxing wants. Sad, really. He not the best. Amir did well, but could have achieved more, man. Yeah, he could have done. But unfortunately, didn't. He hit a ceiling. Unfortunately, he could have achieved a lot more. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm flat today. It's just that I'm not feeling too good. I'm not feeling well. That's why I wanted to get someone else on, so then I can share the burden. Because I'm generally not well today. But okay, Adam Khan, I just think that just Khan's style and it worked for him as he became unified champ. Yeah, he had an awkward Khan had an awkward style because none of them want to lose their none of them do want to lose their O. That's the problem, because what Mayweather did, because as soon as you lose your O, you get called a bum. Canelo lost his O, didn't he? Canelo lost his O. He's still a top fighter today, isn't he? What's the O got to do with it, man? O is just an O, man. It's just an O. If you're undefeated, who cares? If you've lost, who cares? At the end of the day, I want to see proper fights. I want to see guys tested, man. I want to see guys in proper scraps, not guys, ducking and dodging one another. That's just no good. That's no good for anybody. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see real fights. We want to see competitive fights. We want to see guys in 50-50s, not, guys that are ducking and dodging one another, not fighting one another, padding up their records. A lot of people say Canelo's padding up his record. How is that guy padding up his record when he's fighting the best out there? How can you pad up your record when you're fighting the best out there? David, what's your take on this week's fight with White Povetkin? I think if White doesn't give Povetkin the reach to throw bombs, then it should be deleted. Listen, I'm going to do a live tomorrow on that fight. I'm going to do a live tomorrow, so I don't want to give too much away. And I'm going to give let's see how they weigh in. And hopefully I might try to do the live a bit earlier tomorrow, maybe about 7. Delete the one that I've got on my stream and try to do this one a little earlier, just so then I can get a lot more people from the UK, because right now today it's a bit late. It's 10 o'clock. A lot of people may have not been able to come in. Fight Gamer, I'm sorry about the late live stream. Hopefully I'll do the live stream I'll do the live stream earlier tomorrow with the Dillian Whyte Povetkin one. I'll do it earlier. So then all of you guys can join. Is that all right if I do it around 7 tomorrow? Is that fine? Even though tomorrow's the weekend, so you probably wouldn't even mind me doing it early, later. But anyway, yeah, I think I've got Povetkin favorite, David. But I hope Dillian Whyte does it. I just think that Dillian Whyte's going to have a lot of mental scarring from that first fight. And the thing is with Dillian Whyte, remember, Dillian Whyte hasn't got the deep amateur background that AJ had. You know, AJ had a very deep amateur background. He's a better boxer than Dillian Whyte, you know, and remember, Povetkin's more skilled than Dillian. He's not fresh and he's past his best, yes, but he's more fresh. He's more fresh than Dillian. Sorry, he's not as fresh as Dillian Whyte, but he's more skilled. See, AJ had a lot of skill, and Ruiz had a lot of physical advantages over Ruiz as well. So that's why he was able to get the job done. Dillian Whyte's not as skilled, right? And now he knows that Povetkin can ice him with one shot, right? I just think Povetkin, you have to make him a slight favorite, but hope Dillian Whyte does it. I do feel the top fights are rigged. E.g. Canelo GGG1. You feel AJ Fury could be a fixed fight as their 2 fights corruption is probably massive? I don't know, man. If that's the case, and listen, I don't really like thinking like that. I'll tell you why. Because if we're thinking like that, then why watch the sport? I don't want to watch something that's fixed. That's like watching a movie. You know, I don't want to watch something that's fixed. So I don't really like thinking like that, because otherwise I'm being made out to be a sucker. If that's the case, if we're watching fixed fights, then we're all suckers for watching them, because I'm not watching acting here. I want to watch a fight. I want to watch 2 guys fight each other. You know, boxing is not scripted. So, you know, if something is scripted, then I don't want to watch it. I might as well go and watch a movie. I might as well watch Rocky. I don't want to watch something that's scripted. Okay, 100% lightweight is the best competitive division. Lightweight division is rocking right now. The lightweight division is hot right now. The lightweight division is the division right now. It is the best. Like, we got, I wouldn't say it's the most skilled division. I'd say it's got a lot of young, talented kids in there. But here's the problem, bro. Here's the problem, David. They're not fighting one another. So what's the point of having a lot of talent in one division when they're not going to fight one another? There's no point. They can have all the talent in that division they want. If they're not going to fight each other and they're not going to give us the fights, then what's the purpose of it? It's rubbish, you know, because they're not going to fight one another. They don't want to fight one another. They want to avoid each other. They want to pad up their records, like I said earlier. That's all they want to do. You know, it's sad. Guys, there's 18 of you in here. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. All of you go and smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I really appreciate you smashing that like button. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Smash that like button. This 0 is absolute BS. Just look at the UFC. Yeah, it is. Look, hasn't Masvidal got like, what, 13 losses? Jorge Masvidal. And look how big a star he is. Look how big a star that Jorge Masvidal is in the UFC. Huge star. A huge star, right? But he's got 13 losses. Doesn't matter in the UFC having losses. Was Victor Ortiz underachiever, even though he did win a world? Yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was an underachiever for sure. I think he could have achieved a lot more, Victor Ortiz. Like, I think he was. Listen, I don't really like to say bad things about fighters when it comes to heart and stuff. But I feel like after a few losses, like, he lost heart. Like, even in his fights, I just don't think he had the heart anymore. Like, I think he lost it. Even though he was so talented and such a good fighter, Ortiz, very explosive, very fast. But I don't know, he just lost like heart for me. I don't know what happened to him. He just Ortiz was a funny one for me. Is an ego thing. Boxing's gone soft. Only a UFC style would stop this. Yeah, you mean like a UFC structure would stop this? Yeah, but the thing is, boxing's not UFC, man. Boxing's there's promoters, there's organization bodies, there's so many different things. You know, UFC is effectively run by one man who calls the shots, basically tells you who you're fighting. You don't even have much say. He tells you who you're fighting or you're not fighting. You know, he controls everything, controls what they're paid, he controls what, you know, who they fight, he controls everything. In boxing, the boxer controls what they do, their destiny. They control everything. And that's the problem in boxing, is that the boxers have too much say and they duck and dodge each other. Okay, so Junior Ruiz, how are you, brother? What Canelo Alvarez become the first undisputed at 168? Yeah, he will. He will, unless Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant can pull off a miracle. I don't see anyone stopping him becoming undisputed. When Canelo is going to come back down to middleweight, if he wins at 168, becomes undisputed, then he can go back down. Or I would prefer him to go back up and fight Beterbiev. Hopefully, he can go up and fight Beterbiev. But we'll have to wait and see what he decides to do. Seven is cool. Yeah, that's fine, Adam. I'll hopefully come on at 7 then. Fight Gamer, yeah, that's cool. That's good. Yeah, I'll come on earlier for you guys tomorrow, even though tomorrow's weekend. So, you know, even if I was to come on late, but I just want to get the live done earlier rather than doing it late. Then it gives me time to do stuff after. Doing it at 10 o'clock, it's too late. And you know, who knows, maybe some of you guys have got to go work even though it's a weekend. So I'd prefer to get it done earlier. And the weigh-in's going to be at what? When's the weigh-in going to be? The weigh-in's going to be at what? It's going to be at midday probably. So I want to get the live done. Probably, listen, I might even go 6, 7. Thing is, some of you might come back from work like 5, so I want to give it a bit of time. Like 7's probably fine. That's because the pound for pound makes it look easy. Hopefully you feel better, bro. I will. Thank you, Ramiro. I hopefully will feel better. Hopefully going to get my test soon, and let's see what result comes back. What happened to Uncle Bob's assurances that Crawford pack, the money is there waiting? Was that the real or BS by Bob to hold Crawford in top rank? Crawford should copy Teofimo Lopez's strategy, go to bid. Happened to Uncle Bob's assurances of Crawford pack, the money is there waiting. Yeah, is the money there waiting though? That's the thing. Is the money there waiting? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. We just don't know what's going on. And look, how many times have we heard the Crawford pack fight's going to happen and then it just doesn't materialize? I think something's stopping that fight, right? Either someone's bluffing, someone just don't want it. I don't know. Something's not right, because we've heard, you know, Crawford pack reminds me of like Khan v Pack. The amount of times that, you know, Khan and Pack initially got announced. That fight was officially announced for November, but apparently it was Amir Khan announced from his side. It wasn't Manny Pacquiao. Actually, it was because Manny Pacquiao kind of said at that point that the fight was also happening. I remember Manny Pacquiao saying, this was like, I can't remember when it was. He said the fight was happening and then the fight just got scrapped. I don't understand why Khan and Pacquiao didn't happen in like 5-6 years ago. That would have been a huge fight. You know, when you think about financially for both guys, that would have been a huge money. You know, when you think about Pacquiao fought like guys like Vargas and Horn, and I don't understand why that fight never happened. Seriously, I don't get it. What happened to the and by the way, I don't understand why the Crawford fight didn't happen. Like for me, Pacquiao, two guys that I think Crawford and Khan, I just don't understand why those fights don't happen. I actually think the Khan fight would have been financially a lot more lucrative for Pacquiao than Crawford. But I just don't understand. Was it the fact that Khan also felt he was a big star and he wanted a lot of money? And Pacquiao, I don't know. I just don't get. I don't get, like, sometimes I just don't get how. And maybe it's like a selfish thing because I support Khan. I didn't ever understand, because Khan, although whatever people think about his skills and ability, he had a big name. So you would think that financially the fights would be lucrative for Pacquiao and Mayweather. But for some reason, those fights didn't happen. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, sometimes you think of things and you think Mayweather fought Maidana twice. surely Khan would have been a bigger name than Maidana. He beat Maidana, and he was a bigger star than Maidana. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why both Pacquiao and Mayweather, who were always about, obviously they wanted to make big money. I didn't understand. Was it the fact that he wasn't a world champion? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because Mayweather fought Maidana. Maidana was a world champion, fair play. But Mayweather didn't even fight Alexander when he was world champion. He picked Guerrero. I don't get it. I don't get some of the, sometimes these fights don't happen and you think, why doesn't that fight happen? The fight's huge, such a big fight. It doesn't happen. And Crawford's another one. Like, I don't get it. Because it's not like Manny Pacquiao would be scared of anyone. Manny Pacquiao's a legend. He fought everybody and he's a warrior. We all know that. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Was someone being unreasonable? Was Crawford or Khan wanting too much money? I don't know. But it just doesn't make sense to me. Rez, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Hello, brother. How are you? I may be not scripted as such, but paid of judges' robberies. Look at these matchroom shows. Yeah. The judges sometimes can have stinkers, can't they? We have some real stinkers as decisions. But to be honest, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know whether it's just poor judging. It's poor. You just don't know, bro. You just don't know. We don't know what goes on. But I like to think that it's not, and I like to think it's an even playing field. Like, yes, we know the politically more connected fighters in boxing usually get the decisions. That's just unfortunately how it is. It's sad, but that's just how boxing works. That's just how boxing is. And unfortunately, we as fight fans have to put up with that crap. It's not good for the sport. It hurts the sport. It damages the sport. But hopefully we can, this can be ironed out in the future. I don't think it ever will be, but it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating because, when you see a great fight and then you get a poor decision, it's as a fan, I just think, nah, it just puts, your mouth, you just puts a bitter taste in your mouth. Like, what the hell is going on? We've just seen a great fight. Just call it how you see it. But sometimes, judges make such bad decisions. You start questioning whether it's corruption or it's just being inept. Yeah, true. UFC fighters make way less money as a result of the structure. Yeah, they do. They do, because like I said, it's one man controlling the whole show. Danny Vinlay. Eddie Hearn, the best promoter. Yeah, he is. He is, Danny, for sure. I think he's the best right now. I think his energy, his passion, him wanting to break boundaries, him wanting to go above and beyond, him wanting to, for me, I think him wanting to go above and beyond is a big thing. And what I mean by that is that look what he did with AJ. He's broke records, huge crowds, huge state, massive crowds, 90,000, 100,000. He loves doing that. Same with Canelo. He's now doing 70,000. In the future, he might try to go 100,000. He's always about breaking boundaries, Hearn. And that's what I like about him. He's a very, very good promoter. Very, very good promoter. Bob doesn't really care much about his fighters. He knows that Fury money is coming in. Yeah. Bob recently, like I said, Eddie Hearn's right. They need to keep him away from the camera because he's been saying a lot of strange things, like the stuff that he said with Crawford. Then he said stuff about Lopez, that, like Lopez got a purse bid with, there was a purse bid and Triller won the purse bid. And he's like, if they're crazy enough to pay him the 4 million, we take our 800K split. We're just happy taking our 800K. I'm like, mate, he's one of your future superstars, and you're saying it's like you don't care. You don't care that someone else has outbid you. I don't get it, and he's your biggest star. How like surely ESPN aren't happy with that. Surely ESPN are not happy that one of their future stars is going to be fighting on another platform. How can they be happy? That now that he beat Lomachenko and now that they've got the opportunity to milk it and make money off him, he's fighting on another platform. I don't understand. And Bob, then you've got Bob making the comments that he's making. I find it crazy, man. When Pacquiao, so Rez Bob was one foot in the grave. Surprised he's still working, the bitter old man. Yeah, he's still working, and I think he's gonna be here for a while. He doesn't want to leave anytime soon. When Pacquiao was signed with Top Rank, Bob Arum never wanted Khan Pacquiao to happen. Yeah, I don't think he did. Every time he was always negative about the fight. He was always saying that, oh, have they got the money? There's no, who's going to pay the fighters? For some reason, I don't know whether it was because he wanted to do everything in house. I don't know whether it was because he wanted to keep everything within Top Rank. That might be why. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense because I think it would have been a fairly big fight. I think it could. I reckon if Pacquiao was a free agent like he is now, and when in Khan back then, I think that the fight would have happened. But I just think you may be right. Maybe Bob Arum didn't want that fight to happen because he wanted to keep everything in house. Naeem Sham, yes, Imran, what's up? Yeah, what's happening, brother? Who would win Khan v Mosley in their primes at welterweight? Mosley. You all don't think we pay our fighters enough. Don't think we pay our. You all, Dana White. How are you, brother? We all don't think you pay our fighters enough. A lot of the boxing fans don't think you pay the fighters and fighter enough. Dana, it's not just me. Mosley KO within 9 rounds. Yeah, I would pick Mosley. Javante Davis could possibly face 7 years in prison. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's mad. Did you see White Povetkin press conference? Mickinson and Congo got a little heated. Can't wait for Saturday. I didn't see the Mickinson Congo press conference. haven't seen the White Povetkin one yet. I'm gonna have a look at all of that, and then tomorrow when I'm gonna go live about that fight, we'll talk. We'll talk about it. Hey man, what did yours start? Probably 2008, 2007. Devin. Hi, you're back. What happened? Where's your mate gone? So the connection issues, man. Connection issues. I don't know what was happening, and there was no data, there was no connection. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether there was some kind of connection problem. I don't know what it was. That's the issue with doing stuff like that. With this, like it's kind of easy, but when you've got like a stream and you've got connected to another software, a lot of things can go wrong. That's why it's a bit long, but this is obviously a lot easier. Okay, so Naima, is Mikey Garcia overrated? Because I think he was a hype job. Lomachenko would school him, in my opinion. I won't call him a hype job. 4-weight world champion. He's a top fighter, no doubt about it. He's a top fighter. It's just that I think he's quite boring. I don't really like his style that much, to be honest. His style is not great to watch. I think he's quite boring, and that's why I think the Pacquiao fight might not be that exciting to watch. But I think he's a great fighter. There's no doubt about it. You don't become a 4-weight world champion, and he beat quite a few of the champions in the weight classes below quite comfortably. So no, I think he's a good fighter. Do you think Ricky Hatton v Khan would have? How do you think Ricky Hatton Khan would have played out? David, to be honest with you, it's hard one because I've always said that I would have favored Khan in that fight. But a lot of British people would disagree. They'd say Ricky Hatton would wear him down. The problem is I think Ricky Hatton was quite small. He was quite small, and I don't really think he had the punch to trouble Khan like that. And a lot of people say Ricky Hatton had very good body punches, which he did. But Khan never really struggled taking body punches, if we're honest. What he struggled with was like taking shots to the chin. And Ricky Hatton wasn't really that big a puncher. And we're talking about the prime version of Khan. It would have been a problem for Ricky Hatton because Khan's taller, he's rangier, he's got the physical advantages of a Hatton. And that speed would be a big problem, like it was for everyone. So it wouldn't be any different for Ricky Hatton. And Ricky Hatton he has a style which comes forward. He's coming forward and he kind of takes you to give you. give a few. The problem is with the Khan one, Khan would be hitting him a lot. So would he be overwhelmed with the speed? And the problem is if he's not able to hurt Khan, which he admitted himself, Hatton, that he's not as big a puncher as Khan. So it would. I just don't know. I think that fight would have been a problem for Ricky Hatton, but many would disagree. Many would agree. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? How do you think the fight would have played out? I just think, when I see a lot of people say that, oh, Ricky Hatton would destroy Khan and stuff like that, I just think that's like people being biased, because there's no way, like me viewing it stylistically, that I see Ricky Hatton destroying Khan, because not a big puncher. Not a big puncher. So I don't think prime version of Khan would have been very difficult, man. Very, very difficult for Ricky Hatton. But I don't know. Maybe if he landed something flush, he could have knocked him out. Who knows? Opinions on Fabio Wardley. Rate him. Hope he goes far. You've seen much of him? Yeah, I've seen Fabio Wardley. He's got Eric Molina, hasn't he? Should win that comfortably. Molina's old and past his best and washed. He should batter. He should batter Molina, really. Should win quite comfortably. So yeah, it's a good learning fight for him. Good learning fight for him. But yeah, he's a good prospect. But again, we need to see much more of him. He looks good. But the heavyweight division, it's not incredibly stacked. But you would say right now he's a long way away before he reaches the world level, world scene. So yeah, let him keep developing. Oh, Molina's a good fight though, because Molina's been in the ring with Wilder. He's been in the ring with Joshua. He's been in the ring with quite a few good men. So this is a good test. This is a good test to see where he's at. I think he should win comfortably. I don't really think Molina presents any kind of threat whatsoever. So I think Fabio Wardley should batter him. Whoa. Okay, Adam, the true Khan was Al Haymon, and probably the reason Pacquiao fight didn't happen. Possibly. The true Khan was with Al Haymon, and probably the reason Pacquiao fight didn't happen. Possibly. You think I know my go at 160 become undisputed about 175 light heavyweight? I don't think might not happen. Do you think I know my go? What are you saying there, Junior Ruiz? I didn't understand your question. What did Davis do? Why are they pressing charges? What did he do? Well, apparently he had driving charges, driving offenses. Sorry, not charges, driving offenses. Apparently, he's got like 13 counts. And so, do you watch UFC fights and events? Or a little bit? No, hardly, to be honest with you. I'm not a big UFC fan at all. First, Canelo to do with his own business. Making a lot of money on May 8th, and Cinco de Mayo live on his own partnership on cable providers to order. To do with his own. First, Canelo to do with his own business, making a lot of money May the 8th on his live and partnership cable providers. Yeah, he is making a lot of money. He's been making a lot of money for a very long time. Khabib commented, then Dana lol. Khabib must have told Dana what you're saying. Yeah, he must have done. Khabib and Dana watching my streams. What is going on? What's going on, David? Imran, any news on the Anthony Joshua v Tyson Fury fight? No news, brother. No news. I'm waiting for the news just like you are. For some reason, I don't know what's going on. Rez, I think Kell Brook v Hatton, welterweight prediction. I got Brook too big, too strong. Yeah, I got Brook as well. Brook's too big for Hatton. Hatton wasn't a welterweight. Collazo, in my opinion, nicked that fight, and Ricky got, like I said, he was the politically more connected fighter. I thought he got the decision there, but if I'm honest with you, I don't think he deserved that win. And Collazo was a good sized welterweight, and Ricky struggled in that fight. So yeah, I'd have to go with Brook. And Prime Mayweather or Chavez Senior? Prime Mayweather. Mayweather is just too good. Why does Adrian Broner get the big fights despite being absolute shit? Because Adrian Broner's got a big name and it sells, right? Adrian Broner's who's he fought? He's fought Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao, Marcus Maidana. So when you say Adrian Broner always gets big fights, Does he? Neymar? I don't think so. What big fights? Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, and Maidana. Those are his big, and Malignaggi, like 5 big names. Those are his big names. And to be honest, he lost to 4 of them, and Malignaggi was a very controversial fight where a lot of people thought he lost that. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't think he's got a lot of big fights. I think he got a fight with Manny. That's a big fight. With the others, a big fight. Yeah, Mikey maybe. Yeah. Maidana wasn't that big a fight. He was expected to win that. Who's your favorite Mexican fighter? Canelo Alvarez. Ricky is 5'5", so really small. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's really small. You like, Amir Khan. What is he? 5'9", 5'10"? That's tall, man. That's a big problem. Duran or Pac-Man at 140. Duran or Pac-Man at 140. Ooh. Ooh. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Now you're testing me. I'm going to go draw. But Hatton is a knockout artist. He himself admitted he's not a knockout artist. Hatton's not a big puncher. He may have been able to grind a lot of guys down, but he's not a big puncher. I wish, what was that? I wish Ricky and Junior Witter happened. Yeah. I think that was a bit like Khan and Brook, where Ricky didn't really need Junior Witter, just like Khan didn't need Brook. Although Khan and Brook was a way bigger fight than Junior Witter and Hatton. I just don't think Ricky needed him, and I don't think Khan needed Brook. And I think it was a risk to both guys because they potentially could have lost, and they didn't want to lose. And I think that's why the fight didn't happen. Personally, that would have been a good fight. Khan had some incredible speed. He has more speed than Sugar Ray. Ooh, no, Sugar Ray had a lot of speed. I think you can't. He had a lot of speed. You're right. He did have a lot of speed, Khan, but Sugar Ray was something else. Rez, I got Hatton beating Brook body shot. Whoa. I don't know about that. What's up, Devon? Brook was quite tough. Brass Tracks Boxing. How are you, brother? What's up? You good? I like packing that fight. Would have been sick fight. Yeah. David, what about Mikey Garcia? Looks like he may be fighting Manny Pacquiao. That's what it looks like likely for for Mikey. Been watching Barrera v Morales today. Some of the best fights I've seen. What's your favorite fight you've seen? I've seen a lot of fights, but the fight that I saw live, I'm gonna go with. I've seen a few, right? I've seen Joshua Klitschko. I've seen Khan Maidana. What a fight that was. I've seen Nonito Donaire and Nue, which was an epic fight. Pacquiao Marquez, what a fight. I know Pacquiao got knocked out in that fight, but that was an unbelievable fight. Spills, thrills, and there was everything in that fight. And then a horrible knockout as well. These are some exciting fights that I saw, some really good fights. Brats, what's up, dude? You from Thunder? Brats, what's up, dude? Brats, yes. Rez, one Brooks' weaknesses were body shots. And Hatton always went to the body. That's how Spence. Yeah, but Spence is a lot bigger than Hatton. Spence is a lot bigger. I don't think you can compare Spence and Hatton. Spence was massive. You got a channel, Devin. Thoughts on the Ruiz pay-per-view fight? Terrible. Disgrace. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Andy Ruiz and Chris Areola, $50 on pay-per-view. Are you having a laugh? You so cute, daddy. Are you in America? Because if you're having to pay for that, that's not a pay-per-view fight whatsoever. Washed up Areola against Andy Ruiz is not a pay-per-view fight. $50. What's that? £35. We're gonna get Joshua Fury for probably 40 quid. Come on, man. Maybe not even 40, maybe 30, probably. It's embarrassing. Thoughts on the Ruiz pay-per-view? It was hit and run with Davis, was it? Oh, hit and run. Okay, that's bad. So he hit somebody and just ran off. Wow. But Canelo is 30 years old. He might want 160 pounds, but you think he might go 175? That's way too much. I think he will go to 175. I think I would love to see him at 175 to fight Beterbiev. I feel game's true. I feel Brook would lean on him, and yeah, he's too big. Yeah, I agree, he's too big. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, but the one problem is I'll not be going to. That's not going to. You know, it will happen. I reckon it will happen. You know, from hearing Eddie Hearn today, I think the fight will happen. I think it will happen for sure. Junior Ruiz, Canelo already tested the water there. It is big, but not too big. Yeah, he can. I agree with that, Brass. I believe that, you know, Canelo can definitely do damage at 175. Opinion on what Thurman said about Pac. I think it's stupid. On the PBC YouTube, they posted a backstage video showing Pac racking his own hands. A lot of my guys are sore loser. He is, yeah. I made a video about that. I think it's terrible. Him 2 years later talking about that. Why talking about that 2 years later? It's embarrassing. Tyson Fury had an ideal. He might give a rematch to Wilder. Yeah, he will eventually. I got an even harder on Terry Norris v Errol Spence. Who you like? Terry Norris. Terry Norris was a great fighter, but he didn't have the greatest chin. And that's probably Errol Spence. Possibly Spence. The Ricky v Junior fight would have been big. Bad blood, yeah. I agree. Ame had better speed overall, yep. Canelo come down 160, fight GGG3. Oh, yeah, that's a good fight. Good fight. Very good fight. Fortuna v Garcia. Yeah, it looks like that's happening. You know, why is Ryan Garcia not fighting Devin Haney? I don't understand why he's not fighting Devin Haney. It doesn't make any sense why he wouldn't be fighting Devin Haney at all. I wanted to see him fight Devin Haney, but it doesn't look like he wants to fight Devin Haney for some reason. Why that is, only he can tell us. Only he can say why he doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. But that'll be a good fight. Ryan Garcia v Devin Haney. I'm sorry, guys, once again to the new guys on coming on stream. I'm not feeling too well today, so I know I might sound a little bit flat, but I'm just trying to get this out. Okay, GGG go up to 168 and go up to 168. Canelo v GGG3. Yeah, that'll be a good scrap. Good scrap. Canelo v GGG was a brilliant fight. Yeah, it was. Both fights were brilliant. Close. Two guys at the top of their game. Two of the best fighters in the world going toe to toe. Brilliant fight. I enjoyed it. Right, who wins, Roy Jones or Usyk? This guy. Sure, very rare in boxing channel. Yeah, to be honest, I always try to be non-biased and factual because at the end of the day, like, I don't really have a preference. You know, and I tell you about who I like and who I don't like. But when I give my opinion, I always try to give my honest opinion. I'm not biased. I'm not one of those guys that are like a cult following, follow a fighter, you know, I feel like I wanted to make a video about this actually, that boxing's weird. Like, you have like cults within boxing. Like, you know, we talk about religion and stuff, but this is like cults within boxing. Like, you got the LDBC. Like, what's that all about? You know, you've got cults within boxing. Like, what's that all about? Like, they support a certain type of fighter because he's with a certain type of promoter. Like, what's that all about? Why can't people just be neutral? Like, it's crazy, man. It's stupid. Unbiased, honest opinions. Yes, I appreciate that, Devin. Ruiz stock risen up since AJ fight, but I agree, $50. Lol. Yeah, that's a joke. That's a joke. Come on, man. That's not even funny. That's a joke. Are you definitely going live during White fight? Yeah. I want to get people on, but the thing is, what happened is that I don't want to go live and then the live messes up, you know, because I want to add guests to it, but I need to come up with a more a better stream, because right now it wasn't working, and I need to check once I finish the live here why it wasn't working. David Avanesian broke Brooks' rib in sparring. This tells me that Brook weakness, Hatton was still strong to be to the body shots. Yeah, listen, maybe, but I would have favored Brook, but who knows? Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Cheers for that, Brass. Hit the like button. Smash that like button. Get me up to as many likes as you can. The more likes, the better. I'd appreciate that. It's really sad what happened to boxing. These fanboys and casuals just ruin the sport. I see 45-year-old men that are straight casuals. I'm 17 and no more. You know what? You know what it is, Devin? I think it's sad that people at that age, at 45, 50, are pushing an agenda in boxing. Like, there's fanboys that are pushing an agenda. Like, there's Errol Spence fans that literally are pushing an agenda. There's Terence Crawford fans that are pushing an agenda. There's so many fans in boxing that are pushing an agenda rather than being real. And it's like, why are you not being real? Why are you pushing? Why are you talking rubbish and trying to not be neutral just because you like a fighter? It's like, it becomes like I said, a cult. It becomes like a cult-like following. Like, you say anything about him and I go mad. Like, if you say anything about Spence, right? Literally, the Spence fans would go mad. That's not being neutral. That's just being I don't even know what to call that. It's like a cult-like following. It's like following a religion. Or it's like, when you swear, just say if you say something ill about Spence, these guys will attack you like you're swearing at their mom. It's distasteful for me, to be honest. It's distasteful. Joe Calzaghe v Canelo fantasy fight prediction. Joe Calzaghe maybe, but on points. It's a close one. Tough one to call that. Very tough. Ryan Garcia's a clout chaser. He has so much potential. Remind me of a young Amir Khan a lot. Yeah. I think Amir Khan was a lot more developed at this age than what Ryan is. But oh wow, Devin, we would go with Roy, but I could see Usyk winning. I picked Roy though. Unfortunately, these cults are everywhere in football. Some people seem to support their favorite player more than their team. Yeah, I agree. I'm a Canelo fan, and I think Joe Calzaghe wins, to be honest, on points. Yeah. Canelo Alvarez become the undisputed 160-pound finish business in the middleweight division. Yeah, he could do that. He could come down and become undisputed. But I think if he goes up, he'd get a lot more credit. Like Mesut Ozil and Arsenal. Yeah, for sure. Calzaghe schools Canelo. I don't know about schools, but I think it would be a good fight. Canelo v Manny might, because Manny Pacquiao is at 147, he might jump. No chance. Devin, Calzaghe was a beast. No, Canelo knocks Calzaghe out. Wow. Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. That'd be hard. To say he knocks him out. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch Calzaghe, but I've seen full fights, and he definitely was a beast. High volume, power, and speed. Yeah, he was, for sure. Canelo going to beat GG3 is going to end by TKO. Canelo will keep KO GG's old ass. Yeah, he is old now. Guys, I'm going to end the live here. I appreciate all you guys being on. I'm not feeling too well, so I feel a bit flat and it's hard. And I feel like at times I'm talking a little bit of nonsense as well. So I'll meet all of you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I'm feeling a lot better. I'll meet all of you tomorrow and we'll talk Dillian White Povetkin. We'll go into it more depth. 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll set the time and then hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I appreciate all of you guys coming onto my live. Smash that like button before you leave. And I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. Yeah, thank you, Brass. I hope. Cheers for coming on the live. I appreciate it. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. I might do a long one tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I might do a long one, couple hours. Who knows? Let's see how I feel tomorrow. But yeah, stay safe, guys, and I will see you all. Tomorrow. Let's talk some Dillian White and Povetkin. It'll hopefully be a great fight. Stay safe to everyone, and I shall see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get the software sorted and we can get some guests on. Peace out, guys. Take care.